Welcome to Planet Africa. I am Trisha Baby Amawa. On today's program, we have a very special guest. He's the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada. Prior to coming to Canada, he served as team leader for sales as well as country manager for Kuwait. Before we have him on, I'd like to show you some clips from a recent event organized by Ethiopian Airlines.
It was an exciting celebration on November 10th, 2019 at Pearson International Airport as Ethiopian Airlines welcomed the first Airbus 350 flight to Toronto.
Hello, I'm Patricia Baby Amawa, and we're right now inside the Airbus 350. We just landed in Toronto, Canada.
Ethiopian Airlines, a Star Alliance member, is currently the only African operator of the Airbus.
Airbus.
The crew of the inaugural Airbus 350 flight were warmly appreciated by Samson Arega, the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
On today's program, we have a very special guest. He has served as team leader for sales, country manager of Kuwait, and now he is the country manager for Ethiopian Airlines in Canada, one of the leading airlines on the continent and a Star Alliance member. My guest today is Samson Arega. Hey, Samson.
Thank you, Patricia, for having me.
So good to have you. Welcome to Canada.
Thank you so much.
I'm really, happy to have a chat with you because Ethiopian Airlines inspires me as a person. The way the airline operates its business. Now it flies to over 125 destinations. It's won many, awards, including, Star Alliance awards. It's the best airline in the whole of Africa. It makes me proud to be African. Now, what do you think has made the airline successful in a time when many African airlines are going under?
To tell you some of the core factors why the Ethiopian Airlines has been one of the leading carrier in the industry, the first one is a very strong corporate governance. It means the airline is owned by government, 100% owned by Ethiopian government, but independently run by professionals, independently operated by an excellent, experienced professionals, in fact, who has grown with the airline. As you know, Mr. Tolde Gabramariam, our group chief executive officer, he has worked for over 35 years in the airline. So that was his first job.
Wow.
And then the entire management, along with Mr. Tolde, they are very young, and they have a proven experience in the aviation industry. So all of them combined, they have an experience of 400 years.
Wow.
So we do plan for a long period of time. The first plan that we depicted was in 2005. It was Vision 2010. Vision 2010 sees the airline to generate over 1 billion At the end of 2010, we end up generating more, 1.3 billion. So in 2010, we set another 15-year strategic plan, strategic roadmap, Vision 2025. In fact, from those all parameters that we set for Vision 2025, we are almost surpassing all of, I mean, we can say by far all of the parameters that we set.
Wow.
Now, you know, there is still 5 more years to go, but we have achieved many of the parameters that we set.
Wow.
Planning for long period of time, very good and strong and intellect management, along with very good corporate governance and dedication from each and every employee, and taking the airline as their own company, as a public and national mission.
I've flown so many other airlines, but when you actually fly Ethiopian Airlines is different. I mean, the way you treat your customers, and I must say the food.
we do serve, as you know, we do serve Ethiopian food
like
in our
injera.
yeah.
So good.
And of course, the daily beverage that you enjoy every day, coffee. Coffee is also a gift of Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is known for that.
Yes, Ethiopia, it's a gift of Ethiopia to the world. We put our customers at the center of each and every vision that we establish or we depict.
Oh, that's good.
We believe that, you know, our customers are the one paying our salaries. Even in our paychecks, it states that this check has been brought to you by the customer. So
wait a minute. You say that on the Ethiopian Airlines check, it says that this check has been brought to you by the customer.
Exactly.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, I can show you that. In the pay slip, it states that this check has been brought to you by the customer. We say that the airline is a 4-star airline with a 5-star customer service.
Oh, I like that.
African flavored Ethiopian hospitality.
We'll just take a short break, and when we come back, I would like to ask you about Airbus 350. We just landed in Toronto just a few weeks ago.
Yes.
So stay with us.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
Travel industry professionals, the media, community leaders, and others joined in the celebration as they were able to get a tour of the new Airbus 350.
So I'm here inside Airbus 350 that just landed in Toronto for the very first time. How exciting. Oh, wow, Samson, this is incredible. How are you feeling right now?
I'm really excited. The aircraft is technologically advanced and if you retrofitted with Wi-Fi service, and you saw the cabin, how spacious it is, and the economy class as well, so it will double up the passenger experience, the comfort of our passengers. Our passengers can easily understand that we are investing hugely to improve the services that we are giving. And this is one of the manifestations of those dedicated and determination in the industry.
Wow, this is really amazing. And congratulations to Ethiopian Airlines. I can't wait to fly this plane when next I'm traveling to Africa. And I'm sure you can't wait too.
Travel industry experts have described the Airbus 350 as the future of air travel.
Now, you were a guru in the travel industry. You know, you were the founder and CEO of Skylink, and now, you know, Skylink Capital. Can you tell us a little bit about what you know about this in terms of, you know, it comparing to other aircrafts out there?
Airbus 350 is a new generation aircraft. It is very comfortable inside. The lighting systems are very good. So it's very good aircraft. I hope everybody uses the experience of going on Ethiopian Airlines. And there's a lot to see.
Welcome back. We're still having a chat with Samson Arega, the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada. Recently, Ethiopian Airlines celebrated, you know, the arrival of Airbus 350 in Toronto, and it was a grand occasion. I was there. Tell us a little bit about that and why, you know, the Airbus 350 was added to the fleet.
Fascinating program, and we were very much indeed happy to receive our Airbus in Toronto for the first time. In fact, from North America, Toronto has been the first to receive the Airbus. Airbus, you know, is a technologically advanced equipment aircraft that has added advantage to the service that we are giving.
you have actually risen through the ranks of the airline. You first of all were, team sales leader, then you served as country manager in Kuwait, and you've done many other things at the airline. What are some of the principles that have helped you to succeed as an individual at Ethiopian Airlines?
When I first joined the airline, there was a program called Young Professional. So I got the chance to join. That was, in fact, my first job. I have just joined from the university. And I have joined the Aviation Academy. You would be given different trainings. Ethiopian Airlines has always believed that self-sufficiency, education, and development of human capital has always been an equalizer in this world. That's why we have invested so much millions of dollars in building and expanding our aviation academy. In fact, the aviation academy is as old as the airline itself.
Wow.
That's the only aviation school or aviation academy in the country.
In Africa.
And in Africa as well, the oldest in Africa. And Aviation Academy is in one side and the offices are in another side.
Oh, wow.
So you do take your trainings in the Aviation Academy and you'll go to the office and apply what you have learned in here. So whatever you have been taught in the classrooms, in theory, you're going to apply it in real life. We believe in self-sufficiency. We train our employees and make them qualify for the job that they are assigned, be it in technical field, in maintenance, be it in cockpit crew, like the pilots, be it in sales and marketing, ticketing and reservation. So we have it all. So that's how I have grown. And if you are determined, if you are hardworking, the sky is not your limit.
True.
We usually say the sky is your limit, right? In Ethiopian Airlines, we say the sky is not your limit. Yes. So it's a very fascinating environment, very enabling environment.
I like that, enabling.
For young people like myself and so many young middle-level managers like myself. Our executive management has always been our inspiration and has always been our model because they have grown like us in the airline. That's how each and every one of us growing through the ladder and become where we are now.
Amazing. Now, you hit the ground running here in Canada. Now, tell me, what are your plans now that you're here as country manager of Ethiopian Airlines? What are some of the things that you're working on that you would love to see?
As we speak, we are flying 5 times out of Toronto, and that's our only gateway to Canada. And we want to make this 5 times weekly flight to a daily one.
That would be
we
nice.
want to connect Canada daily to Africa because there is a huge demand. And we also wanted to open a new route out of Montreal. And with that, we would be the first African airline to connect Quebec with sub-Saharan African countries.
Okay.
So we are working hard towards achieving our operational expansion in Canada. There is a huge travel transaction need out of Canada to Africa. There are so many mining companies who are looking forward to invest in Africa. And there are so many existing companies who have already invested in the continent. And there is a big need for tourism as well. And Africa, as you know, has so much to offer in terms of diversity in culture, in terms of diversity in social interaction, in terms of heritage sites, in the history. We are rich in history. Take Ethiopia. Ethiopia has a history of over 3,000 years.
Wow.
We have over 8-9 UNESCO prescribed World Heritage sites. Of course, because it will also augment the economy.
Yeah.
We have a department called Ethio Holiday. Ethio Holiday is our holiday wing. And we have invested a lot in digitalizing our works regarding developing of different packages to all destinations that we are flying. So this, our holiday department is organized in a way that it can deliver tailored-made packages, tours, excursion tours. We also consider it as a destination management company or destination tourism company.
Amazing. Now, we'll take a short break, but before we do that, we'll just bring you, some special moments from the launch of the Airbus 350 when it first landed in Toronto, Canada. Stay with us.
The spirit of Africa, or the new spirit of Africa, Ethiopian Airlines is here to stay. It's not just being the first from the Africa coming here. They have the absolute advantage to connect to every African destination. Now with the A350, which is going to give people a whole new meaning of flying. A lot of people say when you're flying, you feel tired. So I tell people it's great to get on a flight which can bring you refreshed when you get off.
We're all here to celebrate this. How does it feel? You must be excited.
Very excited and very proud. The Airbus 350 is the latest airplane around for commercial airlines, so being a captain on that is very...
What makes it special? What makes it different from other airlines out there?
Normally, the Airbus 350 is very quiet, but from our side it's very fuel efficient because most of its body is constructed of not aluminum but carbon fibers. So it's very light and and also the automation system, the computer system is very good. So basically it's a very safe and reliable airplane.
From a cargo perspective, it gives customers that want to ship their personal effects or commercial cargo going into Africa, it gives them an opportunity to have a direct connection into Africa.
This jetliner accommodates between 300 and 350 passengers in a standard two-class configuration. It features in-flight Wi-Fi connection, latest high-definition touchscreen personal monitors, and new fuel-efficient Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
Welcome back. We still have Samson Arega with us, who is a country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada. What inspires you?
What inspires me most is my professional career within the airline. And seeing every day the airline is growing and seeing the airline opening up new stations. Been very privileged, in fact, to be an employee of Ethiopian Airlines. We are able to connect many people. Last year we have carried 12 million.
Wow.
The other day I was waiting for our flight from Addis to Toronto. Then I saw, how people greet when they come, when their loved ones arrive. And I said, this is a great job, right? This is a great job. Yes, wow. Serving as a bridge to connect emotions.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing. Now, do you have any role models or people that have helped you along the way to succeed?
My CEO, Mr. Tawalda Gabramariam, he is my role model in my professional career. I see him, working hard, very hard, to teach us, to coach us, and to enable us fit in every position that we have been or that we are assigned. He's one of the few individuals in the industry, in the world, who has been accorded with so many prestigious awards for his successful leadership.
He's incredible. In fact, we gave him an award a few years ago, and he flew to Toronto.
He flew to Toronto.
People were just, crumbling, take pictures with him because they were so inspired by his story.
We usually don't admire, our heroes.
Yeah.
So we have to admire, people who really deserve admiration, and
Wow.
as a wise person, we have to learn from those people.
Wow, amazing. Well, Samson, has been really great, having you on Planet Africa.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you all the best as country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada. But with all the passion and, commitment and everything that you've told me, I think Canada is soon going to be one of the best in the world.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Planet Africa, and I hope you've learned a lot today and also enjoyed my conversation with the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines in Canada. And if you've never flown Ethiopian Airlines, I encourage you to do so one of these days. And if you've never been to Africa, this is the time to plan a trip and let Ethiopian Airlines take you there. Until next time, I am Patricia Baby Amawa. Do take care of yourself. Bye-bye.